Alright, welcome everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'll quickly be teaching you how to create a very not loud, not complicated, but very simple and beautiful navigation bar component in React using React.js. So I have a React app open here. It's a blank page. This is my home page. As you can see, this is my home page and I don't have anything. And I'll just be walking you through. I have my VS Code opened here as well. And as you can see already, I've I've installed the necessaries. I've installed route and I've imported route and routes from React router DOM, and then I installed them through my git bash, or you can also install from here as well. um, so having done this already, I'm sure that I'm able to navigate. So in my home page now, I've imported the navbar components now, and I just wrote a text, an h1 text that says home, so that I can be sure that it is visible. All right, now, and of course I've also imported the navbar component, and I've already created a navbar component and also created a navbar.css component for it. So I'm just going to walk you through step by step, but then before I do that, I would like you to just go over, like this video, drop a comment, let me know which other topic or what other topics you would like me to just explain briefly like this, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel so that when I post the next brief tutorials, you can see it. All right, now, so in my navbar.jsx, this is completely empty right now. So I will just walk you through step by step. The first thing, we import the nav link. This is what we are going to use to navigate. Remember that in here we already had all this route. So route works with link, but I'll be using nav link. You can also use link, but I'll be using link. All right, then I'm also going to import in my navbar.css, which is currently empty. So after that, I'll write my export default navbar, and or I'll write function navbar. I'm sure you should be used to this already, except you're just starting out with React. So having done this already, my return statement, now the first thing I'm going to put in is following semantic markups. Everything should be grouped inside an header element for proper semantic arrangement. So inside the header now, I'm going to first of all have an icon, like more like a brand logo, a company logo, business logo, whatever. And then this is the file part. It's already embedded in my public folder, as you can see here. Where is it? Logo. Yeah, this logo.png. It's already embedded there. Okay, now, so that aside, and of course, don't always forget to use your alt text. It's very necessary. After then, I would put in my navbar. So inside the header, I have an image. That's the icon, and then I'm going to have my navbar. So inside the navbar, I'm going to write the first one. I'm going to use this nav link now as a component, external component, external library. The file part is slash, that is, it takes to home page, and home is the text here, and I gave it a dynamic class name. So if it is active, now this is active. Normally I should have used link, and then when I use just link, imported link, I would have used link here, but then I'll have to use import state, and then write a little function to to toggle between active and not active. But this nav link library particularly is, should I say, it's kind of advanced. You don't need to do all of that. It's just by itself checks what page is active for you, and then so if it is active, it checks, and the class name is active link. Otherwise, the other navigation links would carry just link. So that is for the home page. I'm going to put a divider, just like a little divider here, and then I'll put the next one as well. Who we have page. I think I'm going to have like, then also just to make it fancy, you don't necessarily need to put this divider. It's just a span. I just put this, this divider in between. So after that, I'm going to put the next one. This is to blog page, as you can see. Then I'm going to put a divider again and add the services. This links to services now. and as you can see this, okay, yeah, I added an image drop down because you probably might want, you know, more functionalities. You know, in the services page sometimes you might want, when the user hovers over it, let me show you an instance. When the user over some websites, it pops down, it pops out some things. Let me look at Udemy for instance. So for instance, can you see that when I hover over this, it pops out something? This does not have an icon though, but I just added the icon to make it more. Now this is not very user friendly because a user might not necessarily know, except they click it. But adding a drop down icon makes the user already know that this is a drop down menu. So that's why we added the icon. But like I said, it's not compulsory. So currently we've not yet saved our changes. So I have it here, and add an inline style, display to flex, analyze, align item to the center so that it can match up with this text here. And always don't forget to use your alt text. This is the image src for this drop down icon, still inside my public folder. So after that, I'll add a divider again, and then contact also the same process. For contact, I had a divider, I had another one for scholars or page. This is like a different page now, and still the class name is in all of them because I'm going to have to style these links based on the class name. And then finally, I had this one that I wanted to look like a button now. So this is what I'm going to have here. You know, links to community page. All the pages are all existing here, as they are all existing inside it here. I've created them already, and I added an inline style as well to it. You know, because I also added an icon, community icon to it. So I just add an inline style, and then that is it. So now, if I save it now, let's look at what it looks like on the user interface. You can see the icon is here, but everything is quite scattered. It's not looking like what we want. So now that is where CSS comes to play. So going to CSS, nav.css, the first thing I like to do is always my universal selector. So take away any default margin and padding in the page. So after that, the entire header now, I give it a padding left of 2M and a padding right of 8M. The background color is, you know, off-white, something like off-white. I set the display to flex, justify content to space between, because there are basically two children. This header has just two children, which is the nav element and the image element. These are the two children. So I want them spaced, you know, far apart from each other. And of course, I give it a box shadow just to make it visible because I'm using a bright, more like a white background. So just to make it obvious that okay, this is where the header ends. Now I'm also going to style. I also style the nav itself separately. You know, inside the nav is where we have all these links. Now these links are more like what you call, these nav links are like the anchor tags you have in HTML, right? So we have like 6 or 7 of them. So I needed to space between justify content, and I gave it a width. So this nav is occupying 60%, while the image is just, you know, staying at one other part of one side of the page. Now for each, remember that for the nav links, I give them separate icons. The active link as this is the class for the active link. If when you click on a page, the color will be green, but other pages will remain black. As you can see, other pages remain black, and I gave it a font width or bold, you know, made it bolder. And finally, the community link, which is the last one, I want it to look like more like a button. Yeah, more like a button. So I just do this display, set display to flex, justify content, this space between, the align center, the color is still the same, off white. I remove the text decoration because by default it will have an underline just like an anchor tag in HTML. Font size, margin left, because I want it a bit far from all the navigation links, just a little space anyway, a little far, not so much. And then I gave it padding and background color and border radius. So now let's look at what we have now. Sorry. Okay, we don't need that. Alright, so I think we're okay like this. The only thing I forgot to add, which I've not added, is, you know, over effects. So I probably should just add an over effect, more like something like this, and then I could just do what do I need to change. I probably might just want to set cursor to pointer first of all. I probably might want to set the maybe background color now. Let me change the background color. I don't want any much difference. I don't want anything unusual, so I'm just going to make it more like lighter. Yeah, a little lighter. Let me see what that would look like. And of course, you know that I will have to, like, for that to work, I have to set in right, the transition properties. But let me just save that, and so we have it now. Can see everything is looking beautiful. Now we are currently on the home page. When I click these are, let me try to zoom in. You can see those demarcation lines that I had in between. Yes. Okay, they were actually supposed to be green. I needed them to be color green. Let me see those lines again. I think I must have missed something. Let me close this. Where are my okay, navbar spawn. Okay, let me just add. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I'm almost deleting stuffs. So you have to be careful when you're doing things like this now. Let me see. Is there any other thing I'm missing? Okay, now. So what I just need to do is where are those okay, these are there. I just need to add an inline style, which I think I forgot to add. So an inline style goes like this. I will just call it I'll just say the color now to color. Oh, sorry. I think that's excessive. Okay, so now inline stem, the color I want to use is this same color. Let me just copy this now, right? So I'm going to copy that same color to use over there, and I paste it. Let me see, 248 B6. Okay, I'm supposed to wrap that inside a code. I overlook that. All right, now. So I'm just going to copy this to save time. Copy this and paste in the others as well. You notice I've been doing more copy and paste. So this video will not be extremely long. Where are the others? Okay, this as well. The next one is, where is it? And I think, okay, I have one more at the top. Oh wait, I think I actually give it a class name. I probably should have just, oh my, let me see. That was not efficient actually. I should have rather just, since I already give them a class name. Oh my god. Okay, let me just style them from the CSS rather than repeating myself, which is against the rule of programming. Don't repeat yourself. Okay. All right, now let me just do that. So class of divider finally dot divider, and I'm just going to give that same color now, color exactly. And I think I want it font width. I need it looking bolder. Font width, let's say 700. Okay, so I want to open box. It's better now. Oh, okay, yes, it's exactly how I want it to be. So they are all obvious now. Yes. So now you can see when I click on this, it takes me to a different page. There's nothing there. It's just for the purpose of this video. So there's nothing inside the pages, but I have to write an H1 text so that you can be sure that we're actually navigating. And if you look at the URL as well, you can see the paths. So from home page, you can see home, who we are, blog, services. Maybe some other video I will explain how to do this, drop down, a very simple drop down from services. So just make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Very soon, probably a few days after dropping that tutorial as well. So if I click here, it takes me to services, contact, or scholars up, and finally, oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like that color. It's too somehow. Let me see. I mean, have I saved that? I'm not getting what I want to get. The over effect. Okay, maybe I should just do it my usual way. I would rather prefer a background color of just inherit, not just inherit background color rather. Just inherit background color and rather um give it a color now of this and a border 1 pixel solid, 1 pixel solid, the same color. I think I actually prefer this. That thing was almost stressing me, so I would, just to avoid it looking acting weird, I will add the border here as well, but I'm going to change the color now to let me see, 1 pixel solid. Okay, yes, it's fine. It's fine actually. So since I have it here already, I don't think I need it here. Remember, don't repeat yourself. All right, now, just that the icon is not changing color. That is the only issue I have now. Let me probably just, let me see the color of the icon. Where is the icon? Community icon style. Okay, so let me just give it a class as well. Okay, have I given it a class? No, let me give it a class so I can style it as well. Class. Oh, there is a class already actually. Community icon. So I'm going to try this. If it doesn't work, which I believe it should work in, community icon. If it doesn't work, then I'll just go back to the simple way it was before. So community icon, I need a color now to be inherited as well. Okay, so let me see how that goes. It's all right. It's still not giving me what I want, so I guess I'll just ignore that. I mean, I exported the icon. Actually, exported the icon. I exported the icon as an image file. I should have just you know embedded it as an icon. If I had embedded it as an icon, I think I won't be having all these issues. So I think I'm just going to change this to an icon. I'll go to the website like Font Awesome. Where is Font Awesome? No, Font Awesome. Alright, so I'll try here or Google Font to just change that. So that is how, I mean, so the main thing is you've learned how to create a, I think this video should be like 10-15 minutes now. So in 15 minutes you've learned how to create an header component. And remember, this header component, you can always save it and use it for any project you want. So you can just change the icon, the logo, and the page names and all of that. So once again, please like this video, comment under it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.